Hey yo, it's Todd from Lowbrow Customs. Haven't seen you for a little while. Today, we're gonna put these Biltwell Exfil-18 bags on, you probably recognize this motorcycle we're gonna do it to. I know it's a little dirty, we've actually been using it. But this is a real simple job. As you can see, I have the tools needed for the job on the lift. It's going to be a 1/2-inch wrench. We're going to take off this shock bolt and this bolt that would normally be on your, there'd be a cover here, but we don't have the cover on here, so that's going to make the job even easier. We've got a 5/16 socket, hex head for this one, and we're going to use the 3/16 on that one. We have these really sweet Exfil bags. We'll talk a little bit more about those in a sec. And we have these fine Drag Specialties saddlebag supports available on the website, lowbrowcustoms.com. You can go on there, they're pretty easy to find. They're for a Sportster. These are going to be up to 03. And that's what they look like. Let's go ahead and take the right side out of the package because we're going to do the one side here and show you how it works. Next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to put this flat jack underneath the frame. And even though we're going to be taking one at a time off, sometimes when you loosen, take a shock bolt off, the bike will move ever so slightly so that the hole won't want to line up properly. And it'll just make our life easier to have the jack under there in case we need to jack it up or down a little to get this lined up when we're putting the saddlebag bracket onto the upper shock mount. A warning, do not take both of your shocks off at the same time thinking you're going to get both brackets on, bada bing. You're not. What happens is if you take both top shock bolts out, what do you think is going to happen next? Bam! This fender is going to kiss the tire and then the whole thing's going to be out of whack. And if you don't have a jack under it at that point, then it's going to suck and your life's going to be crappy. You're going to have to get a 2x4 out of the corner of the garage and go like this and there's some silly thing. No, you're going to have to jack it up and get it back on there. So don't do that, okay? Usually this is a good place to put your jack on a Sportster where the rear mount is for the exhaust, because if you look underneath one of these bikes, it's not very flat. So we'll put it there, we'll see what happens. Oh look, there's installation instructions. Yeah, we don't need those. So like that, we got a machine in the back of the shop, you know, it makes the same plastic stuff. It's so awesome. Like, you usually spend more time trying to get the part out of the package than it actually takes to put it on the bike. Seems to be some extra junk in here. So I guess maybe we will look at the instructions just for informational purposes only, not because we don't know what we're doing. Basically, it states here, 94 to 99, you're going to have this nut on there like so. 2000, 2003, you're going to have this bolt. This is an 03. It also comes with a couple of shiny, look at those shiny covers, shock covers. You can use those if you desire. I don't personally want to put those on there because they don't really do anything for me, but if you like them, you can put them on there. So it's going to have some long bolts. These are going to work for this application. And then it's going to have 2 different lengths on these. So we'll figure that out when we get there. Or we could try the instructions again. What fun would that be? All right, let's just do it. All right, so we'll take the top one off, top shock bolt. I got a big long ratchet because this is probably nice and tight. Oh, not so tight, but it was tight. Okay, a shorter ratchet probably would come in handy here. This is the part where the jack is doing something, we hope. Oh, see that? See what I'm talking about? Look at that. It's all out of whack now. Hence the need for the jack. So now that we see we're all out of whack, we're going to jack it up a little. Whoa, Nelly. Oh, look out. Oh, there we go. A little bit more, just a skosh. That much more. That'll do it right there. Okay, we got to remember we had this on the back side for these special shocks we have on here. So we're going to remove the existing bolt. Okay, let's grab our 3/16 Allen socket as well as a 1/2-inch wrench under the fender. We got a little shorter ratchet this time, a little bit easier for us. Okay, so we have the small diameter washer under the head. We're going to put the large diameter washer, OD, up against the shock. And then don't forget we had this little spacer chinga. We're going to put a little red Loctite on her. A couple drops will do ya. Don't need to overdo it. We don't want our shock bolts coming loose. Okay. Grab the shorter ratchet out of the toolbox. Okay, we're just going to lightly snug that and get our other bolt started. We're going to go ahead and put the rear bolts in next. According to the silly instructions that I looked at again, I'm sorry I lied and said I wasn't going to look at them. Thought it was a very simple job. I was just real curious why they were giving me 2 different length bolts. Longer ones are in case you have a sissy bar. So we're not going to use those. We're going to use the short ones. We're going to go ahead and use the washer that we had from the original program. And then we're going to go ahead and use a nylock nut underneath the fender. And no Loctite needed with a nylock. That's what keeps it together. And then we're going to need our 3/16 for this part of the program. And our wrench again. And then we're going to torque it. Click. Since we want these nice and tight, there is a factory torque spec in the book. You're going to look in your book. You're going to figure out what that is. But for the video, we're just going to go click. Bam. There you go. Now we have a support bracket. Now all you have to do is the same job on the other side of the bike. No big deal. Now that we figured out the combination of what washers and what we like to do, because you know they always like to give you extra stuff in these silly kits. Okay, now that we got both of our brackets on the bike, let's talk about these awesome Biltwell Exfil-18 bags. You know why they're called 18? Because you can fit 3 12-ounce 6-packs in them. Do the math. That's 18. All right. They have this molly webbing all over them for attaching carbiners, Velcro, whatever you want. Bungee cords. You want to put your sleeping bag on there? Tie it on down. It's got all these awesome little tie-down points. Let's take a look at what comes inside the bags that comes with them. Oh, gee, that's the top. That's where you can put your stash. I mean, your license, your driver's license, your registration, insurance, proof of insurance. You don't have insurance? Well, you better get some. All right, look at that. They have easy, and they also have a locking mechanism right here. Let's open them up and see what's inside, what comes with them. Look at that. Real nice action on the zipper. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, Can you put your dirty laundry in here? No, it's a rain cover. Rain cover, yeah, it's got 2 of those, 1 for each bag. Isn't that awesome? And what else we got? Oh, we got some Velcro doodads. Oh, I know what these are for. These are going to keep the attached to the bottom of the bag. I'll be interested to see how this works out with this here muffler right there. Let's go ahead and try them out on the bike. Now, for the mounting system, they have this really heavy duty Velcro, and that's going to let us adjust them on the bike. And if they're already on the bike and you want to take one off the bike and you don't want to mess with your seat or the Velcro, bam, it's got a zipper. Oh, more Velcro. Hey, look at that. So you unzip it, and then you just take the Velcro off, and we could take this bag to the market or wherever we're going. Around the corner, up the street, hey, whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and zip that back up and get them on the bike. All right, the 4 little Velcro doodads that come with it are going to go in these loops here. And so basically, I'm going to hold the bag up to the supports to see where I think I'm going to want to put these, because there's a bunch of choices. So it looks to me like the first one's on this end is going to go on the second one. I'm counting how many over where I looked at it on the bike. So I'm just going to go ahead and start one of those in there. It really doesn't matter which way you put these. And then I'm going to hold it up again, and I'm going to go, okay, I've got that one there. And then I'm looking, and it looks like the next one will be this one here. So that's the second one, third, 4, 5, and the 6th one. So I'll replicate that on the other side of the bike. So just go ahead and slide those in there. Once again, either way around. Oh, we've got those going 2 different directions. We'll go ahead and just make them the same, because that's how I like to do things. Okay. And then you have this center portion that also has Velcro. So you're going to open that up, and you're going to slip that. This is going to be a little tricky with our muffler. Like so. And then once you've got it up there, you're going to go ahead and attach that Velcro. Well, we're going to go ahead and leave the bottom ones off and loose until we determine how much we need this to be up. Number 1, to stay off the muffler, and number 2, to make them look kind of even from side to side. Okay, so the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take the seat off. Well, normally a Harley would have a fastener that you'd need a screwdriver for. We have these nifty thumb screws on the website, no screwdriver needed. You might want to grab one of those when you're buying your bags, so that if you want to take your bags on and off, completely on and off the bike, and just leave the rails on there, no tool required. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to lift the bags up. Obviously, this one's going to come up first. And, oh, look, we're going to have plenty of clearance for the muffler. I was a little concerned about that when I first looked at it. So you're going to kind of want to lay that flat and kind of look at the top of this. So I like things to be nice and even. And then we're going to pull this up. And if we have to change it again, not a big deal. It's easy to do. There's Velcro. Okay, that looks a little cockeyed. Once again, see, I can see here it's crooked. So we'll take that one off, and now that we know how far we need to go, this bag needs to come back a little skosh. Oh, right there, look at that. And then we'll go ahead and set that. Once again, as many times as it takes to get it where you like it. That looks pretty good there. By the time you get some weight in there, that's going to be good. I like that system. That looks like it's going to work real well. And so then we'll go ahead and we can put the seat back on since we have that all set. And once again, handy little dandy thing, no tool required. And then all we have left to do, it looks like that one needs to go this way. It looks like I'm over the shock on that one and on this side and under the shock on that side. You know, it almost looks like it might work a little better if we have this one in the same place as that one. Right there. So, you know what? I'm just going to pop my seat off and redo that one more time because, you know, this is the first time I've put them on this bike. I've never done this before. Once you get them on and off your bike a couple of times, if that's what you're going to plan to do with them, you'll figure out the best combination for where they should be. So once again, look how easy it was to take the seat off. But see, I've got this shock right here, so I'm trying to get this to be the same on both sides. So one more time on this program here. And that looks pretty good. It's not really that much change from the way I had it a second ago, but I like it better. Seat back on with our thumb screw. And now that we've established the middle position where we like it, we can go back over this one here and make sure we like that. And then we can go ahead and finally attach these to the rail on the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and pull this tight and attach that to the bottom. That'll keep them from flapping in the breeze. A little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, there she is. We have one more on the front here. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and get underneath there any way you can and get those straps secured. And once you get them together, it's probably a good idea to roll it like so. And now see how nice and secure that is? These bags will work well with multiple different saddlebag supports for different various motorcycles. They are a universal bag. They're not just designed for this model, this bike. You can use them on just about any bike you want. I noticed while putting them on after getting them installed, they've got some really neat little added things going on here. You've got these loops. These, you could probably fit something behind here if you'd like. When I had it open, I was wondering what is this extra thing inside there. We'll go ahead and open this one again real quick. Look how easily those unzip. And I saw this and I was like, what the heck's that all about? Well, here's what it is. It's an added compartment and you can access it from right here. And it's kind of got a real nice soft lining. So if you have something you want to put in there, they've got some loops on each end of the bag where you can put something here and bungee it to there. So they're just a very, look at all that molly everywhere. So, real nice, nicely made, good construction. Oh, Biltwell, they're Biltwell. Exfil-18, get on over to Lowbrow Customs website, get you a set of these Exfil-18 Biltwell bags, whatever kind of bike you got, and then you know what you're gonna do after that? You're gonna go for a ride. Wait, no, you're gonna go on a trip because you got some new bags and you can put all your in there. Woo!